Undefeated Ursinus traveled to Huntingdon to take on Juniata. The Bear defense forced an early Eagle turnover. Here, Tim Rafter and Mac Blackie forced the fumble. Taylor Paul would take the handoff and get down to the 6-yard line. He would score on the next play. Ward Udinsky finds Deontay Alston out of the backfield. That would set up this Ken Kaiser field goal, and Juniata trailed 7-3. Udinsky looks to the near sideline. Great catch by Aaron O'Brien. Then Udinsky to Kirby Ball. Touchdown, Eagles. Nicholas Stubbs is the recipient of the tip drill with this interception at midfield. Udinsky, under pressure, throws down the middle, where O'Brien comes down with the catch at the 10-yard line. That would set up Udinsky on this 1-yard plunge, and the Eagles would lead 17-7. Then Ryan Beloga would pick off this pass and would set up this Udinsky to Isaiah Slutter touchdown pass to make it Juniata 24 Ursinus 7 at the half. Eric Boyer would tack on a field goal early in the third quarter to cut the deficit to 24-10. But then Alston goes off right tackle to make it 31-10. And Kyle Shuck catches Udinsky's third touchdown pass of the day. Juniata goes on to win 38-10. Susquehanna traveled to Bethlehem looking for their first win of the year. Cody Miller puts the Crusaders in good shape, picking off this Mike Hayes pass. Sets up Nick Krusco, who fires a pass to Denzel Walker, who eludes a number of Greyhound defenders and fights his way to the end zone to give Susquehanna a 7-0 lead. Moravian would come right back. Hayes teams with Liam Nolan, who breaks free and gets down to about the 27-yard line of the Greyhound. There, Chris Negron takes the handoff and dashes the pay dirt to tie the score at 7. Crusaders would come right back. This pass by Krusco sets up this short run by Ian Richardson to put Susquehanna back in front 14-7. But just before the half, Hayes teams with Anthony Roccabaldo, who runs 47 yards to the end zone to tie the score at 14. Susquehanna tried to get creative with this fake field goal attempt, which was foiled by the Greyhounds, but the Crusaders would force a turnover of their own as Miller picks off his second pass of the day and takes it deep into Greyhound territory. That will set up Richardson with his second touchdown run of the day, and Susquehanna had a 21-14 lead. Then Hayes will bubble screen to Sam Boyer, who finds running room and gets near midfield. Then Eli Redmond takes the handoff, kicks out to the near side, and gets down to about the 25-yard line. That's going to set up Negron, who rushed for 202 yards in the day. His second touchdown of the day made it 21 all. With time running out, Krusco teams with Devin Pasco, who gets down to the 25-yard line, then Pasco along the sideline to Denzel Walker, setting up this Spencer Hotelling 40-yard field goal with 19 seconds left. Susquehanna wins his first game of the season. Gettysburg traveled to Muhlenberg to take on the Mules, and it was all Mules on this afternoon. Max Cepeda scores on a short run to make it 7-0. Then Nick Palladino finds Ryan Delaney. Before he hits the ground, Delaney finds Pater to make it 14-0. Gettysburg's best first half chance was snuffed by as Greg Delayed forces his fourth down stop, and Palladino would throw a pair of touchdown passes, this one to Nick Lamb, and another on a crossing pattern to Cody Geyer. Gettysburg would finally get on the scoreboard on this pass from Zach Miller to Fred Caruso. Down the Bullets' next possession, Kyrie Hughes steps in front of this pass and will take it to the house to make it 44-6 Mules. The icing was put on the cake when Connor Winter booted this career-long 49-yard field goal. Muhlenberg defeats Gettysburg 47-6. McDaniel traveled to Lancaster looking for his first win of the season. Here, Franklin Marshall blocks the field goal attempt. Then McDaniel comes up with this loose ball. And then the Green Terror returned the favor. Finally, some offense got going. Here, Zach Bradley teams with Jordan Zachary, who finds running room, goes from sideline to sideline, deep into McDaniel territory. That's going to set up freshman Talib Gerald, who scores on this short run to give Franklin Marshall a 7-0 lead. Then Bradley is intercepted by defensive lineman Dwayne Lucas Jr., and on the next play, John Chamberlain takes it up the middle 35 yards untouched to tie the score at 7. Connor Ryan would give Franklin Marshall the lead for good on this field goal to make it 10-7, and the game changed on this sack by John Najee, forcing McDaniel to punt and giving Franklin Marshall a short field. Gerald would score his second touchdown run of the day. Then he'd score a third time to start the fourth quarter. Scott LaValva would find the end zone. Franklin and Marshall evens this record at 3-3 with a 31-7 victory over McDaniel. Johns Hopkins struck early and often in its Friday night game at Dickinson. Here, Braden Anderson teams with Bradley Monday on a 67-yard touchdown. Then Anderson finds running room up the middle, dives toward the pylon, and is just knocked out. Brandon Cherry would score on the next play. Then Anderson fakes the handoff, calls his own number, and finds the end zone to make it 21-0. Matt Aron calls a fake punt and gets into Dickinson territory at the 42. That's setting up Anderson on this naked bootleg, and it's 28-0 Johns Hopkins. Blue Jays extend their lead to 35-0 on this short touchdown catch by Cesar Concepcion. The defense continued to thwart the Red Devils all night. Here, this interception set up this long pass from Anderson to Quinn Donaldson, which would set up a touchdown to start the fourth quarter. Here, Will Nunn finds Kyle Morgan in the end zone to make it 42-0. Dickinson would get on the board in this Ricky Klinterman touchdown run, but Hopkins would go on to win 42-7.